All right, folks, time now for a lesson on how to and why you would own a stock, particularly when it's under a lot of pressure. I'm going to bring in Simper Trading VP of Options, Danielle Shay. And Danielle, you know what? I want to give you a shout out because on a couple of things, all the stocks we're talking about today, you like them. You like Microsoft and Meta. But here's the thing. This is Microsoft. Back in January, you came on the show. You said, I like it a lot. The stock was at like $422 a share. It stumbled all the way to $366 a share. You came back on the show April 2nd, and you said, no, continue to buy the stock. The question is, why did you still see value in this when most people would have bailed out?
Well, Charles, you have to look at the longer-term patterns, especially in moments of uncertainty, and the tariff panic was a great moment to buy more. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll see that it fell directly into a critical support zone at $350 a share. It held just above that level, but my favorite signal is on the monthly chart. If you look at the monthly chart, you'll see that there's monthly consolidation called the squeeze. This is one of my favorite all-time buy signals when I'm buying long-term shares. So that gave me an overhead price target at 500.
If we went under that 350, would you have considered selling?
No, because I still love Microsoft long term, and I love the overall growth story, earnings growth, dividend growth.
So let me point out what happened. You held here. This is when you came back on the show. You said to buy, and it's been an unmitigated grand slam since then, up 200 points, 534. Are you still holding?
Of course, Charles. I love it. I think this thing is going up to $600 a share and maybe more, but I'm definitely going to keep holding it long term.
All right, Meta, same thing. March 6th, you come on the show, $620 a share. You say, you know what, get in that bad boy. It's looking really good. Stock comes down. The same day you came back on in April, you said, okay, it's down to $4.99. I still like it. I like it even more. Again, you didn't waver. Why not?
Well, same thing. You have a lot of potential with Meta here, especially in the AI space. And Mark Zuckerberg talked about that yesterday on the call. They're improving their advertising. They have things like the Meta Quest. And as Vlad discussed earlier, we had a ton of retail traders coming in and piling into names at that time. It was actually institutions that were afraid, but retail traders were coming in, and we knew this was a buying opportunity. So this, with a long-term earnings story, continues to be a hold.
Okay, and again, because this is the chart. This is where it was when you came back on and you said, no, hold the stock. I would say venture that say 90% of retail investors might have sold it here. This is why you have to know the company too, right? Whatever you own, it's not about the shape necessarily, the chart all the time. You knew you had a great company in Meta, which again has gone up. So let's talk about two on your radar now. I know you like this, is it pronounced NBIS?
Yes, and so when you're looking at this name, NBIS, you can see that, first of all, this is it's a newer name, right? And so I like to try to find some of these newer names in the AI space. What really catches my attention is when you have a stock that will start getting a really big bump before an earnings report. So that means that there's somebody out there that knows something, they have more information on this stock than I do, and I'm trading the patterns, and it also has a lot of high short float. And so when you're looking at a stock like this and you can see that there's earnings coming up, you can see that the previous few quarters it rallied going into the earnings report. I like buying those going into that earnings report because you have that chance that those short sellers are going to try to get out of the stock and cover, and then you also have new buyers that may come in.
You also like AFRM getting a lot more folks on it. We don't have time to go in detail on that, and I'm going to ask you because 30 seconds. Apple, Amazon, are you long them? Would you be a buyer? Let's say you didn't own the stock. Would you be a buyer before the closing bell?
AFRM, I like it. I'm buying it on a short-term basis.
No,
going
Apple and Amazon.
Earnings.
Apple and Amazon, they report after the close.
Amazon, yes, absolutely. I'm long Amazon. I want to trade it to 250 and then 265. But Apple, I sold it last year, Charles. This one's below 215 still, and as long as it stays below that level, it's a Mag 7 loser for me.
Danielle, great. I love these opportunities to help the viewer because the markets don't always go straight up. Thank you very much. See you soon. All right, folks.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.